一洗。先把沙给弄了吗？
Hello everyone, you are on the channel Anastasia Neko, which is mostly about cross-stitch, but also a lot about my life in Beijing, China. And I always talk a lot about my life updates or anything that surrounds me. So if you love watching something about cross-stitch, but also listening thousands of different stories, so you might like it here. If you don't, why not just give it a try, right? You might find something that you like. So this video will be a little different. First of all, I hope it will be smaller. I hope it will be shorter than the rest of my videos, because I will be concentrating today only on my September plans. You could say, why do you make a video about your September plans? Because this September, it turns out that I'm staying home all month and I have a lot of free time. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice to do something? And the idea popped out. I could cross-stitch. I could cross-stitch 1,000 things at once. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do 1,000 things at once, but I already have this urge to make a startpocalypse. Start it all September or things like that, because I really want to start things. But it's not really... I understand that right now I have a lot of free time and I can start things and enjoy them. But maybe after 2 months, when I get back to work, I won't be that comfortable anymore with the number of whips I have. So I made a pact with myself. If you're wondering why I'm staying home all month and I'm not going to work, you could watch my latest video and actually the last maybe 10 minutes of my video, just to know what happened. Sorry, I'm not gonna repeat it. It's still a little upsetting, though I'm really thankful to all of your sweet and kind words of encouragement, comments, DMs, and everything else. So thank you so much. I think in such a situation like that, you really understand how much the support this community gives really means to you, because it really helped for my mood. It really helped for to stay strong against anything in this world, you know. So yeah, let's not talk about that. And as I was saying, I want to start it all, but I cannot. Just my sanity will be under the question. So I made a pact that for every finish of my older project, I can have 2 starts. What does it mean? Usually people do 2 finishes, 1 start thing. I don't have so many projects ready to get finished right now, and I still want to start a lot. So I don't want to end up spending the whole month just stitching my older whips. And yeah, maybe finishing 1 or 2, but at the same time I will miss out on all the wonderful time when I can just enjoy myself and start things, because this hobby is first of all for enjoyment, right? And if my soul is craving new starts, I should just give it in a little bit. So what I'm doing is for every 1 finish, but it cannot be a new finish. So I cannot start something small, finish it, and then start something new. No, it should be something that I already have or had before September, let's say like that. So for every older finish, I got 2 new starts. And I'm proud to say that from the last video until now, there was roughly a week of my free time, which I was just enjoying myself, and I already have several finishes. You wanna see? I bet you wanna see. So the first one, it's not a fully finish, but full finish, but maybe half of it. Last video I showed that I started, just my urge to start. Oh god, the best of me, and I started the magnets on plastic canvas by a Russian company Ovin. Like, I think it translates as a ram. They are about the Russian food. So I spent several days stitching them, and I have one, and I have two. I have two of them done. So it's like half of the project. Yeah, each of them can be finished, but no, because it was one kit. So it's like half. So let's see first on this one. This is a Russian soup. It's called Akroshka. It's like cooked with fermented milk and sour cucumbers. If you would like to know how to cook it, just DM me and I will give you a recipe. Or, would you be interested in cooking it with me? Or like, if I can make it and put part of the video of how I'm making it in the next vlog? Would you like to see not only cross stitch but some like food? Although I'm not changing into the food blog, but I love cooking and now I have a lot of free time, so why not, right? And the second was pancakes. These are Russian pancakes with red caviar, but what makes them Russian is that they are totally different from American pancakes. You know, American pancakes are thick and fluffy, but Russian pancakes are actually like thin, very, very thin. And the better the pancakes, the thinner they are. Super thin, and sometimes they have like little holes in them. So yeah, they are really cool. They have a lot of backstitch in them, but they don't have any blends. Oh, my bags? Yeah, kind of messy, but who cares, right? So I finished two, and they made an amazing travel project. I already forgot how enjoying it is to stitch on a plastic canvas. At some point last year, I remember, I stitched on plastic canvas so much that I was tired of it. And then for the last 8 months, I didn't anything on the plastic canvas. And now that I picked it up again, I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. That is so, so enjoyable. So now I have plastic canvas in my rotation again. But of course, it wasn't all that I finished. After that, I looked through my project and I was like, what is the closest to finish? And the closest was Feng Shui by a collaboration of Russian designers, Art Stitch. And this is where it was last time. So you can see it was like all finished off, all the crosses were finished, and only what was left is backstitch. So I picked it up and I finished all the backstitch. Yeah. It looks so good. I don't know how you see it on camera, but in real life, it made volume. So it's like real. Even my husband was like, wow, that's really cool. Usually he's like, yeah, beautiful. Oh, wow, yeah, wow, that's cool. But this one was like big wow from him. And he's like, that's very Chinese. I'm like, that was the point. I wanted to stitch something Chinese. So I finished it, and with this project I took part in my ZAO cross stitch BDSM. Wait a second, it's not what you think. It translates as blends don't scare me or backstitch doesn't scare me. And if your work have any backstitch or blends, you can join me anytime. It's like, I think it's a lifelong ZAO right now that people just showing me their projects that have some blends or backstitch. It could be and or. So mutual or exclusive, doesn't matter. I think people have some Teresa Wensler who has lots of blends, and people are stitching black work that is basically backstitch. So it doesn't need to be Russian designers. It can be anything, even some sampler that has backstitch, tiny bit of backstitch in it. You can still include the hashtag, and I would love to see it, because like every week I go through the things and I'm really enjoying all the projects, and it gives me a lot of ideas actually. So thanks a lot. And this is it. But did you think this was the last finish I had in a week? Oh no, I had another one. So this is a rack stack by Plum Street Samplers. A dear friend, Padma. She gave me for my birthday, yeah, it was birthday. For my birthday, she gave me a certificate to one of her LNS where I could choose anything I want and just purchase it. So, and one of the things that I chose was the rack stack. Of course, I had to start it right away, so I did in July. But I couldn't finish it in July. Yeah, I don't know what happened to me. Just work, I guess. But now that I don't have work, I decided to finish it. And actually, everything I had was just the leftovers of the berries and a little bit of snowflakes and tiny bit on the baby deer. If you know the original pattern, which is somewhere, but it's so far away, the mommy deer should be gray too, but then there will be like 2 gray deers and the baby is brown. And I think maybe in nature this is the way it happens, but in my mind it would be like, why the baby is brown when both of his parents are gray? Is he like adopted or something? So crazy, right? So I decided to make at least one of his parents brown. Like Diddy Deer still is gray, but mommy is already brownish and the baby is lighter brown with yellow. So there are 2 different kinds of brown, different variegated thread, but they are still brown. So they are the family. And I actually love it. Maybe I could have made it even better if I would make the daddy deer like dark brown or something, blackish brown. But what's done is done, and it's amazing. By the way, on the same piece of fabric, I have baby boars and Japanese wildflowers by Gera. This was a present by another friend. Like, I have a lot of presents, I think. It's like, is this a piece of fabric gonna be only for presents? Because that's a big one. But I'm just joking. But I'm just saying, like, how perfect this color of fabric is for something springy and like muted and nice as baby boars, and at the same time it's so amazingly bright and wintry and cold for the rain stack. And they're literally like 2 opposites in seasons, but perfect on the same fabric. I wish I could find the same color like in a lower count, because this is like very high count, maybe like 40 or 46. So after I officially have 2 finishes, I can have at least 4 new starts, which we will talk about in starts. But first, I want to talk about what I'm gonna finish next. These are not gonna be like focus weeks when I'm not gonna spend like all week stitching just finishes and then maybe one day on starts. No, I actually want to focus on my starts and give them a really good progress. And then finishes, I will just chip here and there, one day here, one day there, something like that. And I'm pretty sure I can finish them. So to show you today my finishes, I have my trusty magic wand. Did anyone saw the cartoon about Monkey Mechanic, where he was like, and now Monkey Mechanic needs his trusty monkey wrench? So I just watched it with the kids a lot of times, and it's so good. So that's why I have a trusty magic wand to point on my board. And first of all, we have Winter Bears by Owl Forest. And it's really close to our finish. Just to remind you, this is how it looks right now. And what is left is just mommy bear and maybe 2 or 3 snowflakes on top. Like, the border is all done. There is nothing else. There is nothing else here, it's just the excessive fabric. That's why I think I can finish one bear. It's not the biggest one, it's actually the exact size of the small bear. So I think I can easily finish this month. And this will give me another 2 stars. So I'm very, very excited. Then for finishes, or like next in line, would be First Day of Christmas by Hello from Liz Matthews. And this one, oh, I just skip everything and the bed it came from. So this is the pattern, if you forgot. This is the Christmas tree by Liz Matthews, and I want to make this exact like framing or something. I really love how she made a tree and something is looking from it, so this is what I'm going for. I started this with a friend on Not a Sock Inside from Instagram, and she, like, to my shame, she already has, I think she's doing the whole thing, and she already has like the whole triangle with the pairs and everything. And I'm still, you know where? Here. I started it and I never finished it, or never even put any progress on it. So of course this will be contestant number 2. Right after I deal with the winter bears, I will pick up this one to finish, because it's an easy stitch. Yeah, it looks like a lot, it looks like really a lot of stitching, but most of it is a negative space. So with the amount of stitches I can do daily right now, this could be a really fast finish, maybe just 1 week and they can finish it, because I just counted the number of stitches I did for the last week, and the lowest was like 500 stitches on the busiest day ever, and the highest were 1,000 stitches. So with my increased speed and increased stitching time, I think I can keep it out rather fast. And the third one, Dogs of Christmas by Nadezhda. It's a pattern by a Russian designer. This is how it should look like, and this is what I have. Yeah, this way. Sorry, this way. So you can see it's almost done. Like, all the words are done, and like 90% of a Christmas tree is done, 90% of the dogs is done, maybe like 50% of the presents. So basically I think there are only like 2,000-3,000 stitches left, and the backstitch. So you can see I can do it like in another week. You okay, baby? Sneezing? And all of them are winter projects, I think you noticed. Because I kind of don't like stitching winter in winter. It's like stitching a lot of white or dark or dull colors during like the most boring time of the year. For me, it's not boring because like Christmas or New Year or anything. It's boring because the nature outside. Like when you go outside right now, it's all green and luscious and wonderful, and the tree is getting yellow, so it's beautiful. You just want to go to the park, you want to see the things. But in winter, everything is already like fallen out and gray, and the trees are empty, and just not my favorite time of the year. Nature-wise, like, we have a lot of holidays during the winter, which I love, and of course like family time and things like that. Increased stitching time since I cannot really go anywhere. But nature-wise, it's not my favorite time. So that's why during the winter I love to stitch something colorful and something bright, and maybe some flowers or some summer prints, so that will remind me of luscious nature. That's why I decided to focus on these projects before the winter. I understand that maybe I cannot finish them in September. That's like so true, but at least I made a plan which is in front of my eyes 24/7, and I will not break it. This part I will never break. Then I have some cells which I was thinking a lot about it, and I decided to pick them up once a month. So I have 2 sales that's going on right now with me, and both of them already finished, and I'm way behind. So first one is Dogs of Disney by Ebisu Designs. She already finished the whole pattern of dogs, and she already making a sale Cats of Disney, which I also want to make. But I'm so behind that it will take me ages to catch up. Ages, because each of these dogs, it's not small. It's at least 1,000 up to like 1,500 stitches. If I would like to catch up with it, I would basically spend all my free time in September just doing the dogs. That's why I decided maybe every month I can do just one dog. And this way, I will not finish it this year. I will finish it next year, but who cares? It will be my life, it will be my year-long sale. Why not? And this way I will look forward to it. I will really look forward to work on one dog every month. So this is what I have right now. I have 4 dogs. I missed the 5th one. I'm still thinking about it. And I started on Nana. Nana is a Pit Pan dog. And the only thing I changed, she had really big eye bags. And yeah, she does have them, but that made her kind of like a little sickish for me. So just on one row of stitches I make them smaller, so we will see how it goes. Maybe it will not be any big change and the same, but I just didn't want to have like her eye bags like that big, just a little smaller. So I'm already stitching on Nana, and once I finish with her I can change into my another sale, which is the Storytime Sampler by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And I'm proud to say that on this project I already spent like 3 years. So I'm almost done on it. Here I only have 3 frames left, but every frame is even bigger than a dog. It's around 2,000 stitches each. So that's why it will take me even longer. And a lot of color changes here. A lot of color changes. Each frame is very busy. Very, very busy. So that's why I decided maybe 1 frame per month. And we have September, October, November. And even before December, I can finish it. And that will be a big yes for me, because I originally planned to finish this project this year. So let the 3rd year be the last for it. Yeah. And one more thing I forgot to put in here, I also have a limited time to do it, is my model stage for a friend, the negative one, a rainbow cat. And I told you before that it's a relatively easy stitch, and it goes fast, but it's like a lot of stitches, tons of them. And mostly you just stitch in one color all the time, then finish maybe 2,000-3,000 stitches and then change the color. So that's why it's kind of boring to me. And then now that I have a lot of free time and I'm not tired after work, I don't want to I don't need so relaxing stitching. I can challenge myself on a more difficult project. That's why this project I will keep for weekends. Every weekend I will stitch only on the model stitch, because during the weekends I try to spend more time with Aaron, because he's still working every day, and his job is a hell. He's like sometimes comes home after 10 p.m. and he leaves home like 7 o'clock in the morning. So you can see he's never at home. We can't do anything. We can't even go anywhere. Mostly sometimes he works even on Saturdays. That's why for the weekend I want to spend the majority of my time with him. And if no one knows, Aaron is my husband. Aaron is my Chinese husband. Doesn't sound like I have a lot of husbands. Like Aaron is my Chinese husband, then I have a Finnish one, and I have an American one. I think it's a bad joke. No, I only have one. So I want to spend a lot more time with him, and I don't want concentrate on my stitching during these days. So if I have some free time, which for example he will be playing a game and I can sit next to him and stitch, then it should be relatively easy. So it will be easy for me to keep a conversation, or I can call my mom or things like that, and I still can stitch. And where I am right now is here. So it's hooped because yesterday during my Chinese class I also picked it up and just do 2 rows. It's not much, maybe 20 stitches, 25 stitches. I have Chinese class twice a week, every week, and even like 20 stitches every class will be a big help, because I need to concentrate on my class all the time. I cannot just sit there and stitch. It's not a lecture, it's like practicum all the time. But there are moments when we're just reading something, or I'm listening to explanations or new grammar thing, so I can just stitch and still listen to my teacher. This is where it is right now, and after I'm done with this blue that goes all the way here, there is another blue that goes all the way up. Let's get to see my next start. So for the starts, I just chose 4 projects for now, and if I finish something else, I will choose something else. I'll just do whatever I want at that moment, because almost every day I have different mood, and with different mood comes different preference in projects. So that's why I might want to do something else after several weeks than what I plan right now. But what I'm starting right now, I can start this week. So I'm pretty sure I really want them. So the first start I'm actually doing for Betsy Cleger. And if you don't know her, she has her own channel and she is an amazing person. If you thought that I take bad news positively, go and watch her. Her bad news is like way beyond me, but she takes it with such a humor and such like personal strength that I really admire her. I really admire how she deals with it. And small spoiler alert, her cell is called Stupid Tumor Cell. So you can imagine. I think she's starting something from modern folk embroidery from Jacob, but it's just not really my style. I like a lot of colorful things and a lot of like crazy blends and backstitch. So that's why I asked her if it's possible for me to stitch something else and just join her, because joining a cell means you show your support. And I really want to show her that she was heard, and I really support her, and I hope she will get better, feel better, and stay as positive as she is. That's why I chose to start Old Farmhouse by John Clayton. The company is Heritage Stitch Crafts. I was dying to start this for a long time, and I think like the need to start something for Betsy just push me because this is a relatively big project. If you remember last year, I staged Winter Ship by John Clayton. They were awesome. They were amazing, but they were big. So this is even bigger, and you can see like this time it's not a circle, it's like watercolor splotches on the background. That's why I couldn't stitch it on white Ada like last time. For this I chose this beautiful like grayish marble Belfast of 30 count. It is marble with some color change. I don't know. Today is so sunny. I remember that even before I got the pattern, I already had this piece just for it because I was dying to stitch it. And you can imagine, I have never started it. I had this pattern maybe for a year and I have never started it. So thank you, Betsy. I cannot say that maybe because it's not very good. But thank you for organizing a sale like that. Another start right now is a little secret, and I want to keep it secret because I'm just gonna hint on it. It's round. It's a big pattern by Russian designers. It has pumpkins and it has ravens. I think I already spoiled it a lot, but it's gonna be a secret till I get the pattern and I start to stitch it, and then I can show it, because I joined a SAO in a Russian community of cross stitchers, and basically it's gonna be like kind of model stitch where I will have some time to stitch it before the end of November, before the November 25 or 23, something like that. So that's gonna be a big stitch, and I can show you basically how big it will be. And this is Murano 32 count. Color is like light mint. No, I would say light pistachio. Yeah, I would say light pistachio color, because it's not gray and it's not white, but it's some kind of greenish in it. It's like kind of white, greenish, grayish, like that. So let's say pistachio. And if we take like about 5 centimeters from this side, maybe, and 5 from this is how big it will be. Like, I have very, very small margins on top and bottom. So this is how big it will be. And I will need to finish it basically very fast. But the start of the sale is on 15th of September, which is about in a week, maybe more. So I will have to wait for it. And I just don't want to spoil it, because it's gonna be so fun. Do you want to see just how many floss Russian patterns need? I just gathered them all here. I gathered them all together this much. Yeah, the palette is very beautiful. It's like orange and grays and lots of greens. I'll put a picture here. Well, I'm putting it back, but it's so many threads, and some of them I already have like finishing the thread, so I will need to maybe order some more, because it eats the floss a lot. Next thing on my list, what I'm starting, because I'm starting Old Farmhouse like today, and then I'm putting a lot of progress in it, of course, and I have some free time before their ravens are coming. It's not the name of the pattern. Bookmark and a shirt. I have a next bookmark planned, because I just finished the golden one. I have a silver one, and if I succeed to find the pattern of the same designer but not a rose, like another flower, I will include that flower here. If not, I'll just convert that same rose into blue. Like, I will have a pink rose on gold, a blue rose on silver, and maybe orange rose on red gold or something like that. So it's relatively easy. It's only 4 colors, so I think I can find something. And this is gonna happen. This is like very quick stage, but the finish of this will not give me new starts. Just saying, this is a new finish. It will not give me new starts. And after the bookmark, I'm planning to stitch on a shirt. So last year I was saying all the time that I will stitch on my shirt, and I will vlog, or I will film a tutorial on how I do it. And it never happened. And then it was spring, which is like stitching on the shirt, and it's a sweatshirt. So that was kind of silly, and the summer is too hot, but fall is coming, and it's coming time, maybe in a month or so, when I will be wearing that sweatshirt, and I will hate myself if I still don't stitch on it and prepare it for like going out. So for it, I have this nice pattern of succulents by Zhar Ptitsa. It's a Russian company. They make these little kits to stitch on clothes. So let's see what's inside. Of course, there is floss. It's beautiful. Look at these pinks and greens and grays and blues. Oh my god. I love them. Purple. Oh my god. So beautiful. Yeah, I would love stitching them. They also have a little piece of like soluble canvas. I already used soluble canvas by this company. I don't know what exactly they include in their kits, but I used this company before and it worked perfectly. It washed out easily. And of course they have a pattern. Flash the pattern. What? Oh yeah, it's like a little book. So there is like some instructions here, and just black pattern. So, but it's really small, so even like this I can stitch it on a shirt. Yeah, but that's not all that's gonna be, that you're gonna see at the end of September. Because there will be a lot of more sewing and drawing and Lego and new floss tubes and carpet for May, which I still didn't make. And I will be growing some new plants, and I think I will include, of course, my impressions of this. So about the sewing, it's not only the bag and also FFOing some of my older things, it's also sewing some, like, not sewing but mending some clothes. And first of all, mending some clothes for May, because some of our friends gave her a present, bought her some clothes, but they are too big. And if I put it on her like this, it's not like a hoodie, it's like a cloak, which will close her ass. And she has some shit problems, so she shits very wet. So if everything is closed, it will get dirty. That's why I need to like cut it off here maybe and just sew it so it will not fray. But it's so cute. It's like a Coca-Cola hoodie with a little pom-pom. And we've got pajama. Some pajama, but it's also too long here. And we've got some shirt with dinosaurs. I don't know, I'm just like mommy showing the baby clothes, but this is my cat clothes. They're so cute. Like, I would totally wear them. If I could find the same clothes, I would totally wear them. So I hope that you liked my plans for September. Don't forget to tell me what you're looking forward the most, so maybe I can concentrate on it more and show you more. And if you have some new things coming in September and you would like to sell them with me, just hit me a DM or something, because I am all in and I will have a lot more slots for starts. So let's do it together, and then see you!